All right. All right. Peace, family. We should be live right now. Oh, man. When I tell you this tonight's going to be a wonderful show, that is not an understatement at all. Let me just make sure I'm live. Let me know the family can hear me before I get started. Family, let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can see me. Let me know everything's good, man. I'm with a master teacher tonight, family. And we got some wonderful news for the whole family, the whole esoteric family, the whole metaphysical family. We got some magnificent news. Can you hear me? This piece I see you. Okay. If y'all give me the thumbs up, shout to. Let me just tell y'all about the sister. You gotta show love and appreciation. Shout out to the sister here. The sister here is tuning in constantly, and I want to give a personal thank you. Gratitude is a major part of success in this reality. So shout out to Yaya Selassie for always being tuned in, always participating in the discussion. I appreciate it, my sister. She gave me the thumbs up. All right, family, we're gonna get to some ads real quick. I'm with the master teacher. I'm gonna introduce him. We'll be right back, but make sure you support these businesses, all right, family? And if you are a black business and you would like to get in contact me, text the word rich to 646-760-7806. And in your text message, write promo. I'm gonna start promo with a lot of businesses in May. So I got the text before everybody who hit me up. I got it. I just didn't respond yet. I'm gonna respond in a couple of days. But if you're interested in advertising, text the word promo to 646-760-7806. We'll be right back in 1 second, family, with one of the most amazing shows I have done this year. All right.
Hey there! Had a bad dream? I have dreams too. Some parts are scary and some parts are fun. Always remind yourself, it's only a dream and everything will be okay. I had a dream about being in a forest too. Check it out, my pet Petey was with me. Order your copy of Kayla Petey and the Forest on Amazon today.
Hey family, this is King Simon. Don't forget about getting your new motivation session at 347-496-1022. And don't forget about the Cosmic Alignment Workshop on May the 15th. Go to zenbar.org. That's zenbar.org.
All right, family. My brother Wayne will be right back in a second. But what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What y'all doing in the chat? I'm glad you can see. Yeah, man, I've been focusing heavily on metaphysics this year, y'all. Y'all can see that. Brother Wayne Chandler, welcome back, my brother.
It's good to be back, man. It's
Indeed,
good to be back.
that last show we did was amazing. The people loved it, and I think the time we are in. My brother King Simon is a numerologist, and he told me about the year 2022, and he told me how important this year would be. And the number is 222, and the number is 2. That's like that's the master number. So he told me how this year, one of the themes of this year is spiritual mastery. So the reason why I definitely wanted to connect with you, my brother. Now, Wayne's book, Ancient Future, is definitely a classic. People will be reading it 500 years from now. And I've read it over and over again. Like I tell you, I lost it. People done stole it. And I love your work, and I need your help personally. And because I personally need your help, I know the people need your help. I'm good at a lot of things, brother. Qigong, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not. I've gotten resistance from my ego to that art, and I feel as though that's the missing piece to me getting to that master level. I'm at an age now. I've been doing this for a while, so I need your help, brother. So we decided. The people have been asking for. We decided to put together a workshop, and I think it's going to be. I think it's truly revolutionary. I'm gonna share the link right now, and I'm gonna pin it. We finally put it together, family. We talked about the last show, the Qigong energy training workshop. And we're going to discuss it in detail throughout the show. Oh, somebody said you just got the book Ancient Future. Excellent. Great. You won't regret it. Amazing. So the workshop, and like I said, me personally be getting resistance, is the fact that we're in the age of, and this is leading into the first question, my brother. We're in the age of information. And one of the things that's important within the age of information is that we have discipline. And I feel as though 2022, if we're talking about spiritual mastery, we're talking about entering into the age of discipline as well. And I personally have experienced wanting to, I'd rather read about meditating and instead of actually meditating. Like I'd rather just read about it instead of actually doing it. And that's when I realized I was addicted to just the information aspect of this, and that I actually have to, because meditate, listen, you sit there for an hour, like you told me you do 2 hours in the morning, brother, but you sit there for the hour, you know what I'm saying? So it's a different level of discipline, but that's where we're at right now in this paradigm, brother. It's a pleasure, my brother, to start out with saying all that to say, my brother, I'm honored to do this workshop with you. You are truly a master teacher, my brother. I greatly appreciate and honor you for what you have done for not only our community, but for the world. But could you talk to me to start out with, since we're doing this workshop, about the age of discipline or discipline and information? Because we're hooked on the information, but the discipline to apply it, to stand there and to do all this stuff for hours a day, and that's a different ball game. Start out with, talk to me about that, my brother. Once again, an honor to do this with you. Go ahead, my brother.
Right brain, left brain.
Yes, sir.
Red pill, blue pill.
Mm.
You know, I mean, that's basically what it is. We're wired into a blue pill cultural dynamic, which means that everything that we engage in is very three-dimensionally oriented. And it resonates through and with the experience of the five senses. It begins there and it ends there. And most people are fine with that because they feel and believe that the five senses is our limit. But it's not. We have more than five senses that go beyond what you can see, what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can hear, and what you can feel physically. You know, when you get into the more transcendent senses that we carry, then you move into the right hemisphere. And this is what, you know, basically Morpheus, you know, encountered with Neo and explaining to Neo the whole experience of going down the rabbit hole and stepping outside of the matrix. And that was the whole symbolism of the red pill and the blue pill, because the different hemispheres of the brain, the left hemisphere, which is the masculine three-dimensional aspect of consciousness, is represented in color as blue. The right hemisphere, which is representative of the feminine consciousness, is represented as red. Both need to come together and be integrated to give one a holistic perspective of reality. But we've been conditioned to stay in the blue, to stay in the hemisphere that aligns itself only with a superficial, tangible, seeing is believing kind of experience, and not allowing ourselves to move into the right and move into a more transcendental environment, which allows us to pull in transcendent abilities and powers that we have innately within us, but that we never use. We never use them because we haven't been taught about them. So that was the whole dynamic with Morpheus and Neo, was the whole aspect of the red, the blue, the left hemisphere, as it is opposed to the right hemisphere.
Indeed. You know what I look forward to before we talk about the workshop? You know what I look forward to? And I'm going to be, like I said, family, this is something that I look forward to benefiting from. So I don't know if you would call that selfish, because I know that because I'm benefiting from it, everybody else will as at the same time. But one of the things I look forward to with this workshop, Brother Wayne Chandler, is that I tap in a lot. Like, let's say I'm able to tap in supremely. Say if I smoke a little weed, or let's say I take a sip of the spirits before I meditate, or before I do whatever I do. And I really want to be able to tap in. I'm not saying that I can't tap in without that, but I'm just being transparent, letting you know some of the methods I use sometimes. But I really want to be able to, like, I could tell a brother like you get that natural high. And I want to be able to tap in without using anything, just being able just to tap in. So could you tell me about that natural high? Because some people use shrooms. Like, shrooms are natural, and shrooms are great for a lot of people, and a lot of our ancient civilization use shrooms. But could you talk to me about not using shrooms? I like drinking red wine, semi-sweet red wine. Not drinking red wine, not smoking. Sometimes I smoke a sativa, specifically a sativa, because it has a certain effect. Just naturally, a natural high versus everything that we're accustomed to using sometimes, because that's dope.
I'm gonna tell you a story.
Yes, please, please, please.
Back in the day, in the 70s, we were experimenting with pretty much everything.
Uh-oh.
We were,
Yeah.
I'm just
Be
keeping
honest.
it real.
Be
Like
honest
you say,
tonight.
keeping it real. You know, so we were using everything.
Yeah.
And one of the compounds that was circulating a lot was called LSD.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And LSD was a profound stimulant for altering consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what gave it its popularity was that there were two PhDs, one that worked out of Harvard, the other that worked out of Yale, that really supported the use of this as a psychotropic. One guy's name was Timothy Leary. Now, Timothy Leary actually set up an entire laboratory where he would take his students out of Harvard, and they would go into the lab and do various types of research using LSD. He would then register and analyze the impact that this acid was having on consciousness. Now, he had a really good friend who was also a professor at Yale, who became known as Ram Dass. That's how people acknowledge him in these days and time.
Okay.
Now, Ram Dass, he felt that LSD activated something that was already innate within us, and that the key was finding out what was the journey, what was the internal path to get to that system of awareness that activated this source energy that existed within us naturally. So he picked up 4 tabs, LSD, and headed to India. There he met a guide who took him up into the mountains, where he met this yogi who would later become his master. Now, he gave this yogi 1 tab of LSD, pure LSD 25. This master took the LSD, Ram Dass engaged him in conversation. They went back and forth with dialogue for about an hour. Then Ram Dass looked at him like in a curious way and asked him, "How do you feel?" And the master, said, I feel fine. How should I feel? He said, well, I gave you a tab of LSD 25 and, you should be feeling a little different. No, I don't feel any different. I feel fine. He said, well, why don't I give you another tab and let's see, how that works on your mind body. He says, okay, I'll take another tab. So he gives this master another tab of LSD 25. Now, LSD 25, just one tab, moves you into a place that is totally transdimensional. You leave this plane of existence. It's gone. 2 tabs, nobody does 2 tabs of LSD 25. This master did 2 tabs of LSD 25. After another hour has passed, Ram Dass says to the master, how do you feel? I mean, what are you sensing? What are you feeling in your body? How's your mind? My mind is fine. What is it? What is it that you are looking for? I'm fine.
Your accent, oh man.
And
Go ahead,
Ram Dass at that point
Yeah.
came to the realization that where LSD takes you in your consciousness, in your awareness, this master was already there.
Already there? I knew you was gonna go to that. I knew you was gonna go to that.
Yep.
And that's where I'm trying to
there.
be, brother. And that's where I'm trying to be. Oh,
that's
man,
where we all need to be.
Yeah, that was a great story. That was a great story. That was truly a great story, my brother. Oh man, somebody said LSD is good stuff, God stuff. Huh? Hey man, I mean, hey Wayne. So what do you think about the shrooms and all that? Do you entheogens? Do you still engage in it?
Some of my students, they like to experiment, with shrooms. They like to experiment with ayahuasca, things of that nature, just to see what it does. One of my students who, at the time, this brother was over in Germany for his job. And while he was over there, he got interested, curious, basically. He got curious about ayahuasca. So he asked me, he said, would you mind if I got into ayahuasca? I want to see, what it does, where it takes me. And these people here are putting together a small retreat, and they're going to Spain. And they're going to do an ayahuasca ceremony in Spain. I said, no, man. I said, go ahead, do your thing, So what he noticed, he got there and everybody made the brew. They drank the brew. He drank the brew. And he said everybody got sick, started throwing up, which is what most people do when they drink ayahuasca. He didn't. He had no symptoms or reactions. He had no discomfort, no illness whatsoever. He was able to go right into a transcendent state. And what I explained to him was that when you take ayahuasca, the reason people regurgitate it is because their channels, the energy meridians that move different frequencies through the body are not open. And the ayahuasca is attempting to move and push and allow that energy, the frequency, to move through the system.
Wow.
Because of the Qigong that this brother had been practicing and had made serious accomplishments in it, he was able to just slip right into an altered state, but yet in that altered state, still be cognizant of what was going around him, like in his general environment. He was able to stay in touch with what was happening and be somewhere else at the same time.
That's amazing. All because of Qigong.
Yeah.
Hey, family, like I said, once again, the workshop family is going down. Let me make sure I got the date right. May 21st. May 21st, the workshop is going down. I'm going to share the link. The link is already pinned in the chat. I'm so proud, family. You can go to waynechandler.eventbrite.com to purchase your ticket for this workshop. It's a 4-hour workshop. I believe it's from 1 to 5. And the brother's going to take Q&A, and the brother's going to do live demonstrations. It's going to be interactive. And I'm just so proud because like the example the brother just gave, I'm looking to be on that level. And I know what I don't know. I know that there's certain things I don't know, and I know there's certain things I neglected. And I know the culture that we live in. And I know that we live in the age of information. So because we're in the age of information, we neglect the discipline aspect because we think the information is the end all be all. So this brother here, this is a master teacher, man. I've been studying work for years, so I'm just honored and I'm proud. And this workshop, I feel as though, especially in the year 2022, is going to be a game changer. I feel as though it's definitely going to be a game changer, Wayne.
We're going to go over some deep things, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over some of the more practical dynamics that people can really express and utilize in an everyday capacity. You know?
So let me ask you this. One of the things you're going to be going over that you talked about and that you told me to put down on a workshop is sexual alchemy. I'm curious. So as far as, people that's out there horny, how does being horny or having a high sex drive? Because I heard Napoleon Hill talk about it in his book, Think and Grow Rich. Now, this is the Millionaire's Manual, Think and Grow Rich. And he had a special section on sexual alchemy. So I want to hear from a melanated brother. How does sexual alchemy serve our purpose in terms of being a businessman, a businesswoman, or being successful in other areas? I'm very curious to hear your answer, brother. Yeah.
What is sexual energy? I mean, sexual energy is the essence of creative force.
Yes.
So the more you have of it, then the more empowered you become in your ability to create, your ability to manifest, your ability to attract abundance to yourself. And this is why with Napoleon Hills, he understood that sexual energy, when utilized properly, creates unlimited abundance. Unlimited. So you have to understand that we as human beings are an integrated force that deals with electrical discharge and magnetic discharge. And what we want to utilize is the levels of magnetism in our bodies to actually attract to us the things that we need. It could be financial. It could be emotional in terms of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be dealing with, work related situations, that allows you to move up the ladder more
Mm-hmm.
rapidly in your
Mm-hmm.
job description, whatever that job may be. It allows a person to really just have that creative edge.
Mm-hmm.
And when you, like, say, as a man, dissipate that energy, every time you ejaculate,
Mm-hmm.
you lessen the amount of magnetism in your body. You lessen the
Yeah.
amount of attraction to and for abundance in your body.
Wayne, hold on. Before I ask this, I'm sorry. Before somebody said, this is an online event, family? I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. I'm gonna share the link once again. This is an online event. This is an online workshop, so everybody could join. We want the whole family, global family, to join. This is not an in-person event. This is an online workshop. We're all gonna go to the next paradigm shift in terms of we're going from the age of information to the age of discipline, and we're doing it with this workshop. I'm proud to be with a master teacher. I'm honored. So yeah, family, to answer that question in short, this is an online event. Everybody could attend. It's virtual, family. You just gotta sign up to the link that I sent you, and you will get a link 24 hours before the actual event time to participate. So with what you said, Wayne, that's interesting. Uh, but the brothers with the high sex drive are the most wanted. It seems the pimps, the players, the dudes with the money, the cars, they out there having sex with multiple women. All the women want them. They got the money. They make it. You know what I'm saying? They flossing. It seems as though the brothers with the high sex drives are getting it. And the nerds, the low sex drive, they behind the scenes, they just, whatever. So talk to me about the brothers with the high sex drive. They spilling they semen, they energy everywhere, but they getting it. Wayne, explain that to me, my brother. Please.
There are two things. There are two sides to that coin.
Yes.
I'll give you an example.
Mm,
One example would be a person who smokes, and you talk to them about smoking cigarettes.
mm,
Cigarettes really bad for your health.
mm,
Cigarettes, I mean, I was blown away when I went to England some years back and saw that all the cigarette packages had warning labels on them that literally said, if you smoke this, it will kill you. Now, here, we didn't have that kind of warning label on the cigarette packages. So people, got into smoking. Now, you could talk to one person and they would tell you, well, my father, my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, they smoked and they lived until they were 80, 90 years old. My answer to that is yeah, but if they didn't smoke, they would have lived to 100 and 120 years old. So the flip side is that what we see, a person who has a high sex drive, that doesn't mean anything if you can't create longevity
mm.
for
Okay.
that sex drive.
Okay.
If you don't have longevity and you've burned yourself out at, like my martial arts students, the young brothers, when we were training, they'd all get in front of the mirrors, lift up their shirts to show their six packs. And I tell them, that doesn't count. That's how you're supposed to look at 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't look like that at 20 years old, then, get in the gym. But that's how you're supposed to look. Now, if you can do that at 50 and 60 years of age, then you have something to talk about. Most brothers, regardless of how high their sex drive is, the more they dissipate that sexual energy, the more accelerated the pace is to their demise. So whatever you see that's calibrated in the here and now, believe me, it accelerates that journey into death.
Wow.
A lot faster.
Wow.
Because whenever you have life force and sexual energy is pure life force, it maintains, sustains, expands, evolves the human mind body. When you lose that, every time you lose it, that's a piece of your life essence that is taken from you.
And you can't get that back?
You can get it back through doing advanced internal practices like Qigong.
Ooh. Family, I'm excited. This is my first workshop of the year, and I was waiting to be divinely inspired, even though that sounds corny. But you know, when I talked to the brother for the first show, I'm like, yo, I gotta do something with the brother, man. And like I said, because of the year we're in, and because of what we're going through with the C word and everything, and just the distractions, something is going on internally that they want to distract us from. And if you are serious, this is for the serious people. If you are serious about really being who you were meant to be and being the best version of yourself, you will understand what I'm saying, because I'm serious about it. Like I said, this is for me as well. Okay, King Sam say you chain with Montauk Chia? You chain with Montauk?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man. Well, shit, that's a whole conversation with this. So let's talk about that. But before I do, like I said, family, man, some blockchain said, I need this, Rich. If you need it, blockchain, don't bullshit like I did with being addicted to information. Sign up to the workshop. Like I said, the information can be very addictive, and we'll be into the information. But when Wayne is a master teacher, let me say this. This is the cheapest you are going to get Wayne for ever in life. You're never going to get a master teacher. He know what I'm talking. Yo, listen, there's over 1,000 people here. Y'all never going to get this brother. This is a master teacher over. Listen, the book has been out for so long. You're never going to get this brother for this cheap ever. You don't know let me just say the black community. Let me not hide it. The black community does not know what we are presented to them. The other coaches, he goes to the other coaches. How much? 1,500? How much? 2,000? January, February, March. You've gotten information 4 years that have been on a high level. This is the discipline aspect of it. And now you're like, well, I don't know about that. When's your next show? Well, who your next show gonna be? It's gonna be free. Like, don't do that, fam. Don't do that. I know what that feel like, family. Sign up for the workshop. Like I said, family, I'm excited, as y'all can see, man. It's awesome. It's awesome, Wayne. Tell me about your experience. Before we get into, let's combine the question. Tell me about your experience with Montauk Chia. That's an Asian gentleman, as well as your experience being one of the few black men that's into this, even though we invented it. But what the fuck? We invented it, but you the only.
Yeah, I know. That's,
you know what I'm saying? How that must feel crazy. You invented something. Like, imagine 100 years from now, rap. My great grandson go to a rap concert or a rap festival or a rap seminar, and everybody's teaching rap, and he's like the only black person there. This is crazy. If we're able to analyze history from an ancient perspective, we will understand how crazy it is. Talk to me about that experience, my brother. I'm sorry.
That's true,
this
man.
Is awesome.
I mean,
this is awesome.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
I trained with Montauk, and I'm I'm a certified teacher, in his system. And when I first started reading Montauk, it really resonated with me. One of the things, I just came off of a national program, which was called the National Qigong Summit of America, and myself, Montauk was there, and a lot of other masters. And, these masters, most of them, if not all of them, the ones that were in that category of mastership were Asian. It was myself, another brother, and one sister that represented, Black people. That was it. And this was out of I'd say there were about 30 people who were speakers and presenters in the entire program. So out of 30 people, only 3 were a representation of our level of being melanated. And that was deep, that was profound. And out of the 3 of us, the other brother didn't even do Qigong. He did something else. And the sister, she did something else as well, but it was energy based. It was energy related. I was the only one that was really locked into the science holistically of Qigong. So when I went and studied, when I first began my studies in Qigong, I was, in a monastery way up in the Gulf Seas, and my first class of training was 5:30 in the morning, and my last class ended at like 8:30 at night, and that was every single day, no days off. We trained hard like that for several months. And when I left there, I was transformed. I was totally transformed. You can't go into a situation like that and train like that and not walk away a different type of entity. So when I began doing my retreats that I held in Jamaica, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, that was the template that I used. I used the design of when you come on retreat, we have a very specific formula that we use. And every day we do that particular formula. And by using that specific formula on a daily basis, when you leave that retreat in 7 days, you are now somebody else. You are now something else. And that's how I work it.
Excellent. Could you talk to me real quick about we talked in the past about our energy, our chi being our true currency, and wherever we give our chi to, we energize and we magnetize, and we give that electricity. We spark it. If we have a light bulb, we need electricity, so we pay electricity bill because we need the electricity to be on. It's not the light bulb, it's electricity that powers the light bulb. So the bulb can be somebody's agenda. The bulb is somebody's agenda, but their agenda needs people to power it. So the people that power it is their attention. Their attention gives it that electricity. So the next thing you know, their agenda is is a bulb. It's lit up. It's light. It's 1,000 watts due to the people powering that light bulb. So one of the things we want to do is know how to manage that electricity that we give out so freely, that currency that we give out so freely. But a major part in controlling that is embracing the act of being bored. There's excitement if there's a car accident. There's excitement if something sensational happens, if gossip happens, and that's when our people get aroused. But to be able to cultivate that chi, that electricity for ourselves, it can be a boring process for a lot of people. So this is where we fail. We so exciting, we so dynamic that we being my best version is too boring. Being the best version of myself is too boring. What the F I'm gonna be my best version if Will Smith just smacked a nigga on TV? That's more exciting than being the best version of myself. So talk to me about.
Yeah, I mean, Will needs to be ashamed of himself, especially since he's supposed to be a disciple of Sadhguru.
Yeah,
but this is the thing.
Talk to me. I need it.
It's not boring.
Yes.
I mean, not through my system. My system is not boring because my focus is turning you into something other than what you are. And every day that you incorporate your practice, every day that you do your practice, you feel yourself shifting into something other than what you were the day before. And that level of power creates a level of empowerment that allows you to know that when you step out in the world, that you're the master of your environment, that you can manipulate, shift, and create out of your environment whatever you want. And there's no feeling that's greater than that.
No, truly, my brother. I definitely agree. Now, when you engage in Qigong, I've heard some people say, now I only felt this, and I'm being like I said, I'm being transparent this show because this show is so important to me, family. This is a book that I read, the I Am Discourses by Saint Germain. I had it for a while. You can see the condition of it. Let me see. Let me just say this. So when I read this book for the first time, this is probably about 13 years ago. I literally felt electricity surging through my body. And it may not be the book, but it may be something within the book that just triggered a DNA within me. And I literally felt electricity flowing through my body. Now, the only other time I felt that way is the queen that I'm currently with. When I kissed her for the first time, I felt that surge and that electricity surging through my body. So there's 2 times I felt that. When I kissed the queen that I'm with, I felt something. I'm like, what the? It wasn't like just pleasure. It was like electricity. And when I read this book, the I Am Discourses. So with that being said, I'm talking to you, my brother, master teacher. I need your help. Like I said in the beginning, I'm being just transparent. Do you feel that with Qigong? Do you feel that? Because I'm looking to experience that again. And I ain't experienced it again. I'm like, what happened? I need that feeling again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you feel
get
that? Do you feel that with Qigong?
Yeah, no question. Yeah. That's what Qigong does. Qigong activates. I'm
talking about electricity. I'm talking about,
Yeah.
I ain't playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, This is what Qigong will do for you.
Yes, sir.
Qigong will take that first kiss.
What you gonna say?
And will make that kiss move from day to day, week to week, month to month, and year to year. That's what Qigong will do.
You ain't counting me, is you?
No, man.
Does that sound, man? Listen.
Let me tell you, this is the key. This is the key to longevity in a relationship. When you have that level of passion,
Mm-hmm.
that level of love for your significant other,
Mm.
that's what sexual energy generates. It generates passion. It generates desire for your significant other.
Mm.
Every time you allow that creative force to leave your body,
Mm.
that passion lessens more and more and more and more. Now, what happens is then the body begins to recognize your significant other as its enemy.
Hmm?
That's right.
What you talking?
You know
What you
why?
talking about? Hold up. What you talking about?
Because
Hold up.
you're losing
Ooh.
life force and creative energy
Ooh.
that is destroying your body. So your body begins to recognize that this is not a good situation that you're in.
Yeah, you
And the next
serious?
thing you know, you're like looking at this woman walking down the street and you're going, damn, wow, I wanna I wanna know how I wanna meet her. And your queen, she begins to lose the attention and is no longer getting the level of attraction
Yo.
that you have given her in the beginning of
Yo.
your relationship. And you can see how relationships just end up becoming less than because of that.
Damn, man. Wow, you need to go on Kevin Samuel's show, man. This wow, man. Are you
So,
serious?
when you generate and retain that energy, you retain your passion, not only for your significant other, but you retain your passion for life
Mm.
and what you do.
Mm.
And then through Qigong, you learn how to expand that,
Mm.
to grow and develop it, and then through intention to project and apply it.
Mm. Mm. This is awesome. I'm at a loss for words. This is awesome. Oh, wow. Shout out to King Salmon. I see I see King Salmon's loving it. King Salmon's loving it in the chat. This is a disciplined brother that's into the martial arts. He's into numerology. So I know that brother is definitely loving it. Let's go through some of the things. Because you talked about one of some of the things you're going to talk about in the workshop is financial freedom, vitality. Let's talk about vitality and I think it was vitality and something you wrote. I forgot exactly what you
I
wrote.
talked about vitality and we talked about, just how Qigong, the practice of it, can be used as a weight controlling measure.
Weight loss, weight loss.
Right.
So weight loss is necessary for qigong. So what if I'm 300 pounds? Qigong ain't gonna work. You saying?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
What
saying
are you
if you're
saying?
300 pounds, Qigong would take you down to what your healthy body weight should be.
Oh, so everybody's body weight is different, and
Everybody's body weight is different, but everybody has a healthy place within that schematic that they need
okay,
to be in.
okay, okay.
One of the things that plague our community is obesity.
Yes, sir.
And what Qigong does, think about it like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is the purpose of eating food? Why do you eat?
That's a direct question for me.
Uh-huh.
Electricity to get the electricity,
To get energy.
energy. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we sit, that's why we eat.
Mm-hmm.
Qigong is an essential, energetically productive practice whose essence is the generation of energy, is the manufacturing of energy. That's what it gives. That's all it gives the body. Is various types and frequencies of energy.
So you saying?
The more you do Qigong, the less you feel like eating, and the more you do Qigong, and it enlivens and creates proper balance in your organ system, the more you're driven to wanting to eat and consume the right things that enliven your body. So for me, I don't need to eat a lot because I get.
Tell me your typical day. So that helps.
Most of my energy comes from my Qigong.
Wayne, can you tell us your typical day eating so we could have a fuller understanding of how we could follow your footsteps? If that's,
I'll give you my typical day is upon rising. First thing I do, I go to the computer, turn the computer on, check out my platforms and accounts, see how much money I made while I was sleeping.
Dope. Okay.
And after that, I drink a tall glass of lemon water. If I've gone to work out, if I've gone to the gym or something like that, the day or the night prior, then I'll drink a tall glass of MMS, Miracle Mineral Solution. After that, I begin my practice. I go through my practices. The first aspect of my practice is dealing with more physical movements. As I'm going through those physical movements, I'm taking my supplements. I take subs because I don't believe we can get everything we need from food these days. So I take various supplements that support the various systems that operate in my body. After I go through my practices, after I've taken my subs, depending on the time and how I'm feeling, I'm either going to make a shake, a smoothie, or I'm going to eat some fruit. If I eat the fruit, it's going to consist of kiwi, banana, dates. If I make a shake, it's going to consist of a blend that I put together of various protein powders, dates that I have soaked overnight in either oat milk, and I don't use almond milk or hazelnut milk. I either use, and I haven't been able to get hazelnut milk in a long time. So lately I've been using oat milk. So I soak my dates overnight in oat milk. I add fresh strawberries, fresh blueberries, half a banana, a blend, a protein blend. I add a little bit of pink salt. I add a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon, and I stick it in the blender. Blend it up. Sometimes I'll add, if I'm feeling like I really want to be decadent, I'll add some almond butter.
Mm.
Blend it up and drink it.
Mm.
And that will carry me up until probably 5 or 6 o'clock. And then, it depends on how I'm feeling that day. I have specialty salads that I make.
Mm.
Uh, I might do a vegetable saute,
Mm.
something of that nature.
Mm.
Then I'm done.
Mm. Excellent. Yeah, I love to be inspired by people's routines and seeing what they drink and consume. And I think that's something that people will definitely appreciate. I thank you for sharing that, my brother. I want to read something from the book I showed, the I Am Discourse. It's a simple sentence, but I want to ask you about it because it's something that attention is something that we definitely take for granted. And I always hear people tell me on my channel, they say, Rich, we don't want the drama. We want the real information. But if I post drama or if anybody else posts drama, what I do know is that the numbers go up, the viewership goes up. So I know that the people aren't telling the truth when they say they don't want drama, because when I see the drama, the viewership goes up dramatically. And this is why people focus on posting drama, because they know they're going to get views. If they didn't get views, they wouldn't be so focused on posting drama. So let me just read this brief sentence on attention and get your take on it from a Qigong perspective. So the book says the attention is the channel by which God's mighty energy through thought and feeling flows to a directed accomplishment. Because one has not yet precipitated something from the invisible, there is that lurking doubt until some simple manifestation has occurred. Then his courage and confidence leap into dominion, and in the future he has no trouble in participating whatever he desires. The participation of golden jewels from the invisible to the visible is as simple as breathing. When once that foolish question and doubt accumulated by the outer is consumed or pushed aside. Is it that simple, my brother? Creating goals, all this talk about attention and how powerful it is. And if we just focused on what we want and the energy, they make it sound real simple, but people aren't really getting what they want these days. That's why people are always looking for self-help and all these other things. Talk to me about that, brother. Is it that
It
simple?
it really goes back to, like, a lot of people that write these things.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know, like, okay, so in that statement that you just read, if you look at that through the experience of Qigong, in Qigong, it's a constant motion, feeling, and level of fluidity that allows you to know that change and power is manifesting within you. There are no spaces where nothing is happening if you're doing your practice. If you're doing your practice, then from day to day and week to week, you're feeling that shift, that dynamic of manifestation, as you're pulling energy from the invisible world and making them manifest in the physical world. You're able to get a sense of your own power, because that's what's key. What's key is having a daily practice is something that keeps you locked in to a trans-dimensional sense of self that allows you to be integrated with your own levels of personal power, so that when you are ready to pull from the invisible and manifest in the physical, in that which is perceptible, you know exactly how it's going to evolve and be expressed. You know it because you're feeling every aspect of it as it happens. And that's the difference.
Amazing. Hey, family, I want to take this time to take a few question and answers, Q&A from the people. You'll know pretty much after hour mark, Brother Rich starts taking questions from the family. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. If you would like to donate to the channel, send a simple donation. You can go to Cash App, $, Magic 363. This is information that will have been extremely of value to a lot of other coaches and in different time periods. But you know, we're in the information age where information is so abundant, so it's not valued as much, but it is, that doesn't make it any less important, family. Tap into this information. This is some important stuff. But like I said, if you want to donate, go to the Cash App. Family, we have an amazing workshop coming up, and I want to thank you for just listening. And I think this is we're going into the age of discipline, not just the age of information. We're going as far as 2022 and spiritual mastery. We're going to the age of discipline. So I think this workshop is of utmost importance. I just posted the link once again, family. I advise all of you to sign up. This is a master teacher. He has been doing this for over 20 years, and this is as cheap as you're going to get him for. I managed to talk him. You're never going to get this brother for this price again. I can't stress that enough. You're never, like, I can't stress that enough to my community. You're never going to get this brother for this price again. So if you only realize what our Brother Rich is offering before it's too late, and there's limited amount of tickets. So family, make sure you sign up. I want to thank, I got my first order. I want to thank order notification for Wayne Chandler presents the Qigong energy workshop. I want to thank, I got my first order tonight, so I appreciate that. But like I said, this is a master teacher, family. I didn't find this brother off the street. This brother's a mess. He's going all over the world doing this. It's just an honor for him to be on my channel. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't a joke. So will the online class be available for replay? Yeah, for those who purchase it. Yeah, if you purchase it, it will be available for replay. Those who purchase the workshop will have lifetime access to it. It's not going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be a Patreon. This is for those who purchase the workshop. You guys will have lifetime access to it. Let's get to some Q&A before we get out of here. I'm excited. Like I said, this is for me as well, family. Let's get to some Q&A. Jay's Fit Life Plant-Based Quickies. Joy's. Okay, you're regular on this channel. I always see your name. This person wants to know, what does high sex drive mean? Overactive sacral chakra. Somebody just want to do it all the time, Wayne. What that mean? More effort just want to do it all the time. Are they possessed by the succubuses?
So
what does that mean, Wayne?
The first thing is, it's not really an overactive sacral chakra. It's a sex chakra. They switched the positions and terminology for the sacral and the sex. And I guess they did that because of maybe some type of a Christian overlay that kind of seeped into the astral and etheric design, the metaphysical interpretation of the different chakras in the body. Your sacral area is in the back of your body. It's in the base of the back body. That's where your sacrum is. And the sacral is that area that identifies and defines the sacrum. The sex chakra is what we're really talking about. Why they have a difficult time just saying sex chakra, I don't know, but it's definitely not sacral. Now, having an overactive sex chakra, it's really not a bad thing if you have the right information to take that sexual energy and transform it into higher frequencies. So, in essence, what I'm saying is that if you have a lot of sexual energy and you have the right information to take that abundance of sexual energy and move it up into the higher centers of the body, you're going to achieve a level of transcendental resonance and expansion more quickly, more rapidly than someone who doesn't have that level, that degree of sexual energy as you do.
Indeed. I want to thank DLS for purchasing their ticket. I want to thank everybody who started purchasing tickets. We got just to show you so you know I'm not BSing. We got some Eventbrites coming in. So thank to everybody who started purchasing tickets during the live. That means a lot. That means you were so inspired by the live that you just went and started purchasing tickets. And that means a lot. So like I said, we're never going to get this master teacher. I can't believe it. Like I've read this brother's book when I was 20 years old, family. And for me to be doing a workshop with him and to get him to agree to do it at this price, it's a big deal. This brother, like I said, man, this brother's all over the world, and the people are just pulling out their cars like 4,000. How much? So this is like robbery. This is like I was ashamed to approach the brother. Actually, I was actually ashamed to approach the brother and let the brother know that my community, we are who we are, and we're y'all know the rest. So.
I get it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was
get
ashamed. I'm like, Brother Wayne, I want to do it, but we can't do it at the price you normally do it at. Can you do it at my price? I'm little brother Rich, and my people they kind of beef with me. So I'm thankful for the brother and the brother smiling for doing it. But we gonna make it happen. Where I'm happy, family. Let's get to some more Q&A. I'm excited. Like I said, this is a piece of the puzzle that I'm missing. So yeah. Next question, Wayne. How often should we do Qigong or Qigong?
It's a daily practice.
Yeah.
It's a daily practice. You want to look at your practice like ritual.
Yes, sir.
Because it's something you do that creates the expression of your entire day.
Mm-hmm.
You lay the intention through your practice of how you want your day to go and what you want to see in it.
Mm.
So Qigong is every day.
Indeed.
And when you're not doing it, after you've done it for a while and you've been able to integrate into that level of personal power, when you don't do your practice, you're going to feel an emptiness inside of you.
Mm. Earlier you asked me what do we get out of eating the food, and I said electricity, energy, and you said that's what you get out of doing Qigong. So we were taught when we were young. We said they told me you better eat 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you want energy. So shit, I should we do Qigong 3 times a day? Because they lied about that. You know what I'm saying? Should we tell me how often a day should we do Qigong?
I'm gonna tell you, you don't need to do Qigong 3 times. Some days after I do Qigong practice, I just have a glass of carrot juice. I take these green powders, mix them together, take my mortar and pestle,
Mm.
ground up some spirulina and some, uh, other green tablets,
Mm.
put them all in the mix,
Mm.
take that along with my carrot juice, and I'm good, man,
Woo.
till 6 o'clock.
Hey, man, I'm with a master teacher tonight, y'all. I'm excited. I'm not just with no Johnny come lately. This is a master teacher way before the internet era, family. Oh man, this is gonna be good. Divine Warrior wants to know what happens when a woman gets multiple orgasms. How can she transfer this energy into high frequency? Man, this sister's coming all the time. She want to know, Wayne, she need help. She coming a lot, Wayne. She need help. What's the answer to this? How can she transfer this energy into high frequency, my brother? She coming
The
a lot.
energy is already high frequency. What she needs to do is open up the conduits that moves that energy
Mm,
up into
mm,
the pineal. Once it
mm,
gets up into pineal and pituitary regions, then that's when the magic begins to happen. And that's what
mm,
she wants to do. So Qigong for her is very, very empowering because it's going to open and activate those channels that create the roots that energy needs to travel through to get up into those places where she wants it to go.
mm. Man. So for all the sisters who's doing their thing out there and having multiple orgasms, man, this is for you. This workshop will definitely benefit you, man.
And if they're
Wow,
not having
sweet.
multiple orgasms, they can learn how to accomplish that through Qigong.
If they're not having it, you're saying.
Right,
So Qigong will help you have multiple orgasms during sex.
right.
What if the brother's garbage? You know,
Hey, what I hear is that most brothers are garbage. So I don't know.
Oh no, brother! Man, fam, brother, we gotta stop being so selfish in the bedroom. But wow, oh man, yo, Wayne gonna help us in a lot of areas. Let's get to the next. This is oh man, I'm having such a good time. Uh, can we do qigong in place of cardio workout? So replace cardio workout with qigong.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on, Wayne, man. Come on,
One
man.
one of the things, and this is
Instead
where
of the
weight loss
treadmill,
comes in. This
you
is
trying
where
to take
weight
me off the
loss comes in.
treadmill? I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
I can take people through a set of practices where they don't even move, but they'll begin to sweat.
Wow.
That's the power of
So we
Qigong.
don't move?
You're
So what do we
just
do?
standing in one place, and the only movement is coming through the upper body, the arms.
But
That's
wait,
it.
are you going to show this during the workshop?
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. I got to, hold up now. That within itself is worth the price of admission. I just shared the link. So you'll show us how to stand still and sweat as if we're working out.
right.
And hold up. Let me finish this and get the same results as working out.
Right.
Man, come on, Wayne, man. Wayne,
This is the thing.
If you don't cut this shit out.
Internal.
Wait, if you don't cut this shit out.
Internal practice is very different than practicing externally.
Yeah.
Internal practice, because see this is what we don't recognize in the West. That all of our muscle, ligament, and tendon systems are supported and maintained by the function and energy of our organs and glands. Every time you get any kind of dysfunction, every time you get a dis-ease, some kind of malfunction in your body, what does it come from? It comes from an organ, in your body
Mm.
that has ceased to function in the way it was designed.
Mm.
So when you go in and you begin to do internal training,
Mm.
you're directly making contact and working with the organs and the glands in your body. When you begin to work with the organs and the glands, they begin to give you pushback because you're now giving them action. So they push back and they give you more, how you can say, integration, a deeper sense of activity and muscle
Mm.
and tendon and ligament activity.
Wayne, I know you're used to dealing with the fancy metaphysical community. I represent the grassroots. Yo, man, you gotta bring it for us, man. Wayne, with this, yo, let me show you something. Hold on. Do you know why I say that, Wayne? Let me show you something. So this is my phone, right? You see what it say, Wayne?
Inbox.
Event. What else it say? Order notification.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
These are the
Wow.
orders coming through, my brother. People are signing up. And I am proud and I am happy that they're signing up because I feel as though this is the age of discipline. And this is like we're ushering a new paradigm where we're just going from reading all to actually, doing the science, the practice that our ancients used to do. I need you to bring it, man. Man, Wayne, I need you to bring it like you never bought it before, man, ever in your life. And I know it's hard for me to talk to you. You're the master teacher. Like, you're the master teacher. I'm just so, Wayne, man. Thank you, brother. Just thank you for agreeing to this, brother. We're gonna do our thing. We're gonna do our thing, Wayne. Let's get to as you can see, I'm just doing I'm happy family. Let's get to a few more questions before we get out of here. We having a good time. Having a good time secrete certain chemicals. That's an important process to the information. The information, we shouldn't have to be all serious while we do this. We should be able to have a good time while we do this information. I'm glad that I'm able to have a great energy exchange with this brother. So yeah, let's do our thing. Thank you for everybody. The tickets are limited, family. So make sure you sign up early. Make sure you get your seat early, family. I'm posting a link once again because tickets are limited. The bandwidth and event, not Eventbrite, Zoom. Phil, Dr. Valentine runs into that problem a lot where there's too many people signs up and then the glitches start to occur. So yeah, so make sure y'all all sign up early, family. All right. Let's get to a few more questions and then we're gonna get out of here. All right, let's see what y'all talking about. I haven't even read this question. Let's read this question. Suppose we are sustained from ejaculation. Can the body see her as a friend as opposed to an enemy, much like the opposite of too much ejaculation? What is the energy dynamic here? I don't understand that question. Do you understand? I don't understand it. The way they write sometimes, I don't understand it. He says, can the body see her as a friend as opposed to an enemy, much like the opposite of too much ejaculation?
So yeah, of course. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. So he wants to say abstaining, not sustaining.
Okay.
So in abstaining from ejaculation, yeah, what that does, it literally creates greater passion, greater desire for your, significant other.
Mm.
And that's what is so special, because the more you retain that energy, the deeper your relationship is going to become. The
Okay.
deeper your relationship becomes, the more expansive the two of you become in terms of the search for just a more expansive and diversified reality. See, the thing in relationships that takes place is that they get boring.
Yes.
And the reason they get boring is because the two people involved have stopped growing individually. Now, the other piece to that is that relationships get boring because more times than not, men are moving and integrated more with the blue pill and not really giving the red pill the time of day. The red pill is that aspect that really brings in the dynamics of higher consciousness. So if you have a man who is not only just reading things, but even if he's just reading different things that he can bring to the table, to dinner, to breakfast every day, to create dialogue and an exchange of thought, an exchange of looking at information to create different perspectives. That in itself helps to like invigorate, expand, and create a sense of longevity in a relationship. And most of the time, when brothers get too off into not wanting to grow, not wanting to read, not wanting to have something that is a daily practice that keeps them expansive, and they can only look at what's happening in basketball, football, then the woman begins to become really disenchanted. And that woman, more times than not, is going to become so disenchanted that she's going to just leave.
Wow.
That exit may be physical, or it may be mental,
emotional. Yeah. Man, you giving some great. I didn't know Qigong. You was gonna give such great relationship advice with Qigong, man. You turning into a relationship therapist tonight here, man. This is some good stuff, man. I appreciate it, man. Let's get to a few more questions before we get out of here. Myra wants to know, how do I access the workshop? I literally shared the link like 5, 6, 7 times. The link is also in the description, Myra. So, excuse me. So if you click on the description, the link will be in there, but I also have it pinned at the top of the chat. So you can't miss it, Myra. You cannot miss it, my sister. So once you find the link, click on it, and I advise you join my sister, all right? Let's get to the next question. What is good preparation leading up to the practice?
Just getting into the practice. The practice has its own field of preparedness built into it. You don't need to prepare, you just need to step in and do
it. Next question. How to unblock key meridians?
The healing sounds. There are two things you can use. You can use the healing sounds, which focuses on the organs of the body, because most of the blockages that occur in the body, in the meridians, come from various types of negative or low-based emotional fields. Anger, stress, despair, anxiety, fear. These are all the emotional constructs that we deal with on a daily basis. And the more we deal with these emotional fields, which I call low base emotional fields, the more they congest the meridians of the body. So you can actually remove the congestion through doing the healing sounds and doing what is called the inner smile meditation.
Indeed. All right. The sister who asked the question about multiple orgasms, she says she will purchase this ticket and will attend. I appreciate it, Divine Warrior. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you there. Definitely appreciate it. Somebody, pardon the hiccups, family. Somebody wants you to talk about Kundalini. Kundalini, my brother. Could you talk to us about the Kundalini energy?
I mean, Kundalini.
And will you talk
energy
about
is-
this? And also, Wayne, I'm sorry. And will you talk about this during the workshop?
Yeah, we can talk about it during the workshop as well. You know, one of the systems of energy movement that you'll learn, it follows the same route, the same channel as the Kundalini. What I love about that particular energy is that with Kundalini energy can be immobilizing. In other words, you have to do a lot of prep work regarding the activation and the ascension of Kundalini energy. You have to do prep work because if you don't do prep work, you're going to be in a really bad way when it comes to the rising force of that energy. So, prep work, what do I mean? I got into a conversation back in the day with a brother who became one of my teachers. His name was Swami Satchidananda. Now, Swami Satchidananda also was the master of a sister by the name of Alice Coltrane, who was the wife of a brother by the name of John Coltrane. And one of the things that Swami said, or we as we call him Swamiji, because I asked him that question about Kundalini. And he said the first thing that you want to do, because see, he didn't arrive at a high level of consciousness or spiritual reformation, through hatha, or through the asana, the general basic practice that many and most yogis go through. His initial focus he was what you call a bhakti yogi. A bhakti yogi is the yoga of opening the heart center first. Once you open the heart center, then the heart allows all other energies to integrate more holistically with the body mind. So when you want to elevate and raise Kundalini, you must at all costs activate your heart center first. Because if you don't activate the heart center first to be the guide, the director for that energy, and to create the subtle frequency of alignment for that energy will take you into deep, dark places that you really don't want to go. And you won't have control over that energy.
Wow. Oh, Wayne, that's so important. I hear all these fancy terms, and they're not really fancy, but just I'm a simple brother and I do simple things. I like to tap into my imagination, but people start to talk about the astral realm and this dimension and that dimension. All I know is that when I go into my imagination, Wayne, I tap into the love frequency, and wherever I go, I see places. I always say I'm traveling on this love frequency plane. And wherever I go, whatever I do spiritually, I'm safe and I'm good. I'm good. I'm good in the hood. I'm good in the hood wherever I go, my brother, because my intention is always on. I travel on the love frequency. That's the only train ride I take. That's the only train I take. You know, you take the number 2 train, the number 3 train, the number 5 train, the number 21 bus. The only train or bus I take is the love bus or whatever. And I go wherever I want and I have a good time there. And I travel back home safely. I wouldn't say home, but I come back to my avatar safely. And it's a good experience. So I totally understand what you're saying about that heart frequency, my brother. Totally understand.
The heart energy is the only energy of all of the organs in the body that can transform a low base energy into a higher base frequency.
Isn't it the first organ that was created in our body? The heart, isn't it?
The heart.
It was the first one. Wow. Is the tongue an extension of the heart?
The heart and the tongue work in conjunction with one another.
Wait, come on, brother. Wait, what the fuck is this workshop, man? Come on, man. Wait, man, like I said, man, come on. You a master teacher, man. Come on. Do this for my people, man. Come on, do this for my community. Wayne, give us an extra hour. Do whatever. Do it. Wayne, do this favor for me, brother. Please, man. I need this. They need this, brother. Yo, family, we dealing with a master teacher.
We're going to do it. It's going to be done. It's going to be done.
Yeah. Family, y'all know how important this brother ain't no. Let me put my picture back on here so y'all can. This brother ain't no Johnny Come Lately. I know a lot of y'all just got hooked on the internet era. This brother is a master teacher, and I say that with utmost respect, and I really mean that. I'm not saying that just to say it. His brother's great at what he does, and he's been doing it for so long. And the brother travels all over the world, family, like all over the world. I mean, literally all over the globe. So, and his prices, they're in the thousands, and he's worth it. He's worth every dollar, and every other culture understands it. So I can't stress enough how. And if some of you get offended, it always happens. It's all right. You can defend it. I don't care. But I can't stress enough how you are fortunate enough to get the brother at this price. When you put in over 20 years worth of work and you're a master teacher, you don't charge this price. So for him to do this for me and my community and my channel, I'm truly honored. I'm truly grateful. And I just want my people to show out and show support and let them know, like, there are melanated people that are interested in this. It's not just the Asians, the whites, or the Indians or whatever. There are melanated folks who want to know this information as well. You know, we got the battery, we got the spark, we got the light, family. We just don't have the discipline. And like I said, this is the age we're entering. I'm trying to usher in the age of discipline over the age of information. So I'm excited. This is excellent. This is great.
And it's really more than 20 years. I mean, I started
I'm saying that generously. I'm saying,
I know. I mean, I started doing Qigong, I'd say like in probably the early 90s. Wow. I started really getting into Qigong.
Okay.
But prior to that, I mean, I began my study into metaphysics and occult wisdom and yoga in 1970.
Woo, 70.
I was teaching yoga in DC. I was teaching yoga in DC at what was then called DC Teachers at the interdisciplinary science department in that particular school. It was a university. And we created the first all-Black spiritual institute in the country called Ananda Shanti. So
Ananda Shanti.
Yes, and we were badass.
Yeah.
We were badass.
Man.
Music classes, martial arts, yoga, cooking classes, We did it all.
Mm. Let me get to another question, brother. They want to know, is there a relationship between Qigong frequencies and Yantras?
There's a relationship between, because you got to understand that Qigong frequency is everything, and it integrates with everything. It makes all of what we do in yantra, in mantra, it makes all of that relevant.
Mm.
Because when you do yantra, you're creating energetic form that is expressed in frequency.
Mm. Mm. Let's get to the next question. After taking the class, will there be material for later use? I want to comment briefly on that before you comment on that, Wayne. From a person who has been addicted to information before, the class within itself and lifetime access to it is material for later use. Our wanting of material is intellectual addiction, but the brother's going to do exercises, I feel, that we can use for an eternity. We could pass down to our children, grandchildren. This is the true currency material. This is how we tap into our true natural currency. So when we ask for a material, we're like, we want something extra. He's going to give it to us through the exercises, and we have to practice the exercises. I just want to add that. I don't mean to insult whoever asked the question, but just from a person who has been addicted to information before, from now on, I want the actual practices, not just the information. Go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, man, that's on point. Can't say it any better.
Yeah, man. We like I said, it was a point at one time where I wanted to read a book about meditation instead of actually meditating. And I want to write notes. I'm writing notes. I'm reading the book. I'm looking at it and I'm analyzing it. I'm like, nigga, if you don't get your ass there and sit there for 2 hours, and I'm like, hold up, that's the hardest part. The reading, the writing, the watching, that's not the actually sitting there doing it is the hardest part. So yeah, family,
it changes you.
Yeah.
It shifts you into a different area, gives you a whole new zip code in your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got into college, there was a brother, I'll never forget him. His name was Carl, and when people would ask him, well, what's your name? He'd say, Carl with a K. So I called him Carl with a K. So
yeah.
For whatever reason, he thought I was somewhere that I hadn't gotten to yet. So he gave me a book on transcendental meditation. I tried to read that book. I might as well have been trying to read Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Ooh.
I had no idea what the heck I was reading, what was being talked about. As I began to get into doing breath work, and at that time it was pranayama, the deeper I got into breath work, then I began, when I opened that book again in another month, I read right through it. So working with the breath, as subtle as it is, once you create a specific pattern in the breathing apparatus that creates and generates a specific frequency, regardless of how subtle it is, and regardless of, how indistinct it may be. You may not even recognize or realize it in a very obvious way, but you'll see it showing up in other ways in your life on a daily basis. And you'll be wondering, Where's this coming from? You may not even attribute it to your breath that you've been doing, the breathing practice that you've been doing. But that's where it's coming from, because it's creating those subtle shifts and changes, which are not really subtle. They're very, very powerful.
I want to ask it. Somebody has an important question. I know this resonates with a lot of people. The brother or sister wants to know, how can you achieve clarity through Qigong if you are still eating a crappy diet? Some people, their diet's not changing, but they are interested in transforming it into their higher selves. Talk to me about that, my brother Wayne Chandler. I'm still eating pork. I'm still eating chicken sandwiches and hamburgers, cheeseburgers. But I'm meditating too. Nigga, don't sleep. I'm still meditating, Wayne. Don't sleep on me, Wayne.
For me, for me,
yes, sir.
a crappy diet is very relative.
Okay. Okay. Yes,
because I might think 90% of the people on this call may have a crappy diet. 90% of the people on the call may think I have a crappy diet. So what constitutes a crappy diet is, I mean, that's relative. I know masters that, consume a lot of flesh, and then other masters that don't. And I think as you become really aligned with what it is in terms of your divine intention and how that is going to be expressed in your body mind, you're going to be relegated to eating what you know is best for you. I mean, in all honesty, I've seen masters who have come up with what most people would call strict diets, vegetarian, and they've come here to the West and they've started eating cheeseburgers and fish sandwiches,
wow,
steaks, and some of them have gotten really obese. And with that obesity, I saw where they lost balance and clarity of mind. But because they had achieved at one point that level of mastership, their disciples, their sannyasins, still upheld them, in great reverence. So if you want to be, and this is me speaking now. If you want to be holistic and as complete in your design to aspire towards divinity, then you want to have a good diet. You want to be up on your supplements. There has to be that kind of balance that feeds the body, because the body is your temple. You want to respect the body in this ultimate fashion and give the body what it needs physically, emotionally, and energetically.
Man, I thank you for that honest answer. I really thank you for that honest answer. I really do. And I think that's one of the things that the people appreciate you for with these interviews is your honesty, my brother. And I think that's one of the things that will inspire the people to tap into this level of information, my brother. So I just want you to keep doing that. Be honest and transparent as I'm transparent. And I'm letting you know, I need this workshop. It's not just for the people. I personally need it. And I think that discipline is a new way, and information is something that we have gotten, and we're missing the discipline aspect. So I think this is great, family. We're gonna end it pretty much now. The brother's been on for almost 2 hours. I don't want to keep the brother on much longer. He's gonna be on a couple of more times before the workshop. So we're gonna be promoting this, and we're excited about it, and we're gonna be telling the people about it on different platforms. So we will be promoting it. But besides that, family, I'm gonna share the link one more time before we end. The workshop is something that I'm not only letting y'all know about, something that I'm letting my soul wants. My soul needs this. I need to go to the next level. And this year, y'all seen I've been on a whole new level, and I'm thankful for that. And it's part of my spiritual mastery progress. And another level of that is tapping into Wayne Chandler information in terms of the Qigong. This is a major aspect of it. And I'm thankful. So, family, I advise you all to tap into. Somebody say, ask Uncle Hank. Where's Uncle Hank at? I don't know where Uncle Hank is at. My brother, this brother Hollow, he's a viewer of the show. He's always on. I don't know where's Uncle Hanky at. He should have texted me. My brother, Uncle Hanky. All right. Yeah, man. I'm just excited. Like I said, family. Yeah. So the brother will be on a couple of times before the workshop. But for now, family, it's going down May 21st, family. May 21st. It's a virtual workshop. Everybody could attend. We got about 1,200 people in here. I want all of y'all to be in there. If y'all serious about this and you're not just trolls, everybody should be on there, because we're entering the age of discipline. It's not just about the age of information. It's the age of discipline, where we learn how to control our chi. Right now, our chi is being spread everywhere. Everybody, we every time we hear a news story, our chi is focused on that, focused on this. And like I said, with the light bulb, we're powering that light bulb. It's a light bulb without power, and then our energy, our attention powers it. So we're looking to power ourselves, and this brother, this is the master teacher. Oh, Wayne, I'm so happy. I'm so proud. Let the people know your contact information. I shared the link for the workshop. But if there's any age of discipline, that's what this channel, Jason, we're going into that. We're going into that, family. Everybody's talking about the age of information. This channel right now, we're going into the age of discipline. Why y'all think I've been doing what I've been doing? Wayne Chandler. Why y'all think I got Wayne Chandler? We family, we going into the age of discipline. They going into the age of information. Family, we going into the age of discipline. And I'm bringing that age in with a master teacher, Wayne Chandler. And God, oh God, I'm thankful to be that person that ushered this brothers in to my channel. Oh God, I'm happy. With that being said, Wayne Chandler, my brother, thank you for everything. Let the people know your email or anything you want to let them know to contact you personally, my brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm accessible through email very easily. It's my name, Wayne B. Chandler at Gmail. WAYNE, the letter B as in Bravo, CHAN, the letter D as in David, LER, and that's at gmail.com.
And like I said, family, hit the brother up on the email if you have any personal questions. But like I said, this brother's a master teacher. He's up there with the Delbert Blairs, the Bobby Hemmets that you claim you love so much. The brother does not do this for this price. The brother is well worth above this payload. So the price we're charging for this workshop, the other cultures, as we call them, and I'm using that, the other cultures, they're paying triple, quadruple this price. So appreciate what the brothers bringing to this channel and bringing to this community, family, because the other cultures are paying quadruple for this. The brother don't even leave his cash app. I'm like, Wayne, what's your cash app? He's like, Rich, just leave your cash app. The brother don't care about no cash. The brother's like, listen, the brother doing his thing out there. You know what I'm saying? Best sees a bestseller, international, family. So thank you. I'm saying that to say thank you, Wayne, for making this affordable to my people, my channel. My brother, I thank you. You're a master teacher, and we're grateful. We're not trying to undermine you, but we do appreciate everything you do, my brother Wayne Chandler. I look forward to the workshop, and I will see you probably next week or something like that, my brother, for the next episode. All right, you good, my brother?
Next week, well, I'll be in Mexico.
And the brother tried. I tell you, the brother be all over the world. You'll think I'm joking. He be like, brother Rich, man, wait. What we charging? Hey, listen, Wayne, thank you, my brother. I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna call you personally. I'll call you tomorrow, my brother.
Okay, man. Sounds good.
Yes, peace, my brother.
Okay, peace.
Peace, family.